Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to week 12 of the Blitz Player Props Release Show presented by EV Analytics. I hope everyone had a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving. I am your host, Keith Eyster, Ice819 over at RotoGrinders and ScoresandOdds.com. I am joined today, as always, by the creator of the Blitz projection system, Derek Carty. Derek, did you get enough food yesterday? How was your Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was a good Thanksgiving. It was a great Thanksgiving for props. If you use the Blitz at EV Analytics to bet props, it was really good. We put one out in the tweet, announcing the showtime for this week. Mac Jones hit the over very easily, so already starting the week, with a win in the books, which is nice. Last week was frustrating. We only wound up, I think, down one unit. But like Mariota and Fields, I think both threw a touchdown on the first drive, and neither one threw another the entire rest of the game. Like, come on. Are you kidding me?
That was really frustrating. And Fields had Mooney wide open like the very next drive, too, and just completely overthrew him. It was really surprising that neither one of those big plus money props hit.
I mean, even just one of them hitting would have been great. Like Matt Ryan, we got at 221. I think he closed at close to 240 at like every book, and we just missed it by a few yards. Cousins was set up to do it if he could have just put one drive together or stayed in the game in the fourth quarter. Even he got, he didn't even play a full game, so we missed him. But we won Goff, we won Hawkinson, we won Chubb. Not a bad week overall, and we're already starting off this week well. We're doing well on the year. We're up 6 units, 12% ROI, so we're looking good. And hopefully this week we'll, add a few more onto that.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned yesterday's slated games. Blitz projections were absolutely on point. I had a couple of tournament sweats, and I definitely billed using your projections. So it was a very good day. Yeah, absolutely. So appreciate all your work there. Let's see if we can find a couple of good props here going into Sunday's slate. Our first one here for this week, we are going to go over to Bet365 for the best number. Also available at BetMGM at the same number. So a couple of different places you can find this one. We are looking at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Cleveland Browns. 42-point total in this game. A little bit of weather. Bucks favored by 3.5. So we are going to be taking a look at the passing yards market. And we are targeting Jacoby Brissett under 207.5 passing yards, minus 110 here on 365.
Yeah, I love this one. I've been following it since the market opened, and it's just been plummeting. It opened at 215 at most books. A couple hours ago, it was 211. Now, Bet365 and MGM are the only books with 207. I think everywhere else is like 205 or 204 lines. So I really like this. It's going to be a weather game. It's going to be windy. It's going to be rainy. This is a team that likes to run the ball a lot to begin with. And Jacoby Brissett's, not that good, so I really like this one. If you want to play the narrative game, we have Deshaun Watson coming back next week. So they might even, be inclined to lean on the run a little bit more, knowing that next week, they're not going to have to rely on them as much. So the Blitz, I think, is projecting, what does it have him for here? I lost the number. 172. So we're getting 35 yards or so on this, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel really good about this one as well. You mentioned the weather there, wind gusts or sustained winds of 20 miles an hour plus, with gusts even higher. So Brissett in a win game, a team that loves to run the ball, really tough defense on the Tampa Bay side. I think this one makes a ton of sense. So
yeah, and it's not even like you'd think, oh, they're playing the Bucks, like they're going to be like forced to throw because they're like touchdown plus underdogs. They're not, because the Bucks haven't been great this year. They're like 3-point underdogs. It's not even like this is a big passing game script or anything either. So this one sets up really well.
Very good. All right. For our next one here, we are moving over to DraftKings Sportsbook. I'll give producer Steve just a moment to get over there. Looks like he's got it pulled up already. We are targeting the Las Vegas Raiders game, traveling to the Seattle Seahawks. 47.5 total points in this one. Seattle favored by 3.5. We are looking at the running back rushing attempts market for this one. And scrolling down here, there we go. We are looking at Kenneth Walker.
The line
looks like it moved on us. Yep.
The line moved on us. Hold on. Give me 1 sec.
All right. It was at 17.5 just 5 minutes ago before we jumped on the show here.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anywhere still with a 17.5 for Walker? Jeez. You know what? I think we're gonna have to abort this one for now. We might tweet something out later. I want to see kind of what's happening here. It looks like it's moving around a lot. It's not the number that we wanted it at. So for now, I think that's going to be it.
Okay, so looks like we are just going to have the Jacoby Brissett under 275 and under 207.5 passing yards. Be nice if we got it 270. 207.5 passing yards for Jacoby Brissett. We like the under there. Unfortunately, the other one we had for you guys was sitting. The line had moved on us, so it moved up to 18.5 carries. A little bit tougher spot. We lost the value on that one, but as always, make sure you're staying tuned to the Twitter accounts for RotoGrinders and for Derek Carty. We definitely will be tweeting out some plays, hopefully before Sunday here for you. But yeah, just the one for now.
It's so rough when the line moves like that. Like, it's just the nature of sports betting. Like, the whole point of this is you're trying to get the biggest edge you can get, and you're trying to find the best line, and the lines move. They're always moving, and we're generally on the sharp side of that movement, which is always a good thing. But you do need to know kind of where the line is, so for now, I think nothing on Walker, but as Keith said, definitely keep an eye on the Twitter machine. Every week we've tweeted some out, and I'm sure some more good stuff will pop up throughout the weekend.
Sounds good. You want to give, just in case that number pops back up to 17.5, just a little background on why you like that Kenneth Walker, if you were able to find the 17.5 carries again?
Yeah, it's going to depend on the juice you're getting on it. I think we're getting like 17.5 minus 115, minus 120, something like that. So I do see it at some books now, like minus 135, minus 140, which isn't quite as good. But yeah, if you can find it like 17.5, minus 115, minus 120, Walker's just getting all of the rushing work for them. He's getting like 90% of the carries. It's another game where it looks like there's going to be some rain, which teams generally tend to lean into the run game a little bit more. They're small favorites. It's, that's really what it comes down to, is that he just gets such a massive workload and the weather sets up well for it.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely his backfield there. Unfortunately, missed the number on it. So we're just going to be the one play for us. Jacoby Brissett under 207.5 passing yards. But keep an eye on Twitter. We can hopefully add a couple of plays for everyone leading up to Sunday. But that will do it for this week 12 of the player props release show from the Blitz. For Derek Carty, I was Keith Eyster. We appreciate you joining us, and we will catch you next Thursday or Friday.